think we're live. Hey, we are live. Okay, perfect. I'm using my old phone to run the stream, but I'm trying to set up my phone to watch the chats. We got Tater Dom in the house. That was a pain because the orientation, it kept wanting to run it portrait instead of horizontal, so unfortunate, but despite technical difficulties, hopefully the audio is okay. Just running the old phone from there, so camera quality is not really going to change for live streams anyways. Hopefully the audio quality isn't suffering too much. We are in the garage, so the light just kicked off. Hopefully it's not too dark. I might need to bring the camera a little bit closer. We're in the garage right now, so let me see if I can bring the camera a little bit closer to get that set up just a little bit better. Okay. Audio and the video and audio are good. Perfect. Ryan S as well. So different thing for today. One, content. That's already different because we haven't done content in forever. I do have a Blanton's Gold to drink for later. I've got a pretty staple. I would say most people would have this if they have like a home bar shelfer. Just an Old Forester 100 proof. It's a 1 liter bottle. Want to say Tater Dom sent me these. They're like cigarillos, Buffalo Trace cigarillos. And then my manager at work actually gave me a Deadwood leather rose. So we'll be smoking that too. I'll have to figure that one out here in a second. We did go get butane, so I have two different torch lighters. Obviously the quality on both of these, this one looks nicer, but they're both Chinese, I'm pretty sure. Nothing crazy or fancy about either one of them. Two smoker kits. Bright House one, this was a rep for my dad's company that had given this to him to give to me. And then the smoker kit, I want to say, is from, I want to say sister and brother-in-law, I want to say. Not 100% sure, I can't quite remember who gave me this one. Dad's in the house, got Mark Duffy in the chat, Life from the Patio as well. Dad will like this one since he's in the house too, because we got the Bright House box. It's smoker kit, so we got different little woods here. So these three, they have 3 premium ones in here, and then there was 3 that were in here that are all shared. So there's a cherry, an oak, and an apple. There is a pecan one here, and then there was 3 other ones that they didn't have that match. There's peach, pear, and walnut. So there's a couple different options as far as wood chips to use. So we'll probably just share the 2 between the kits. The Bright House one, pretty cool. Pretty simple setup though. Little metal mesh tray, little smoker with a little chamber cover. I didn't bring the Bright House glass out here. I didn't bring the glasses out of this one either. This one's actually like a barrel with a little metal filter, and it's got like a little magnet, so it magnetized on there. Both of those will fit over the glasses pretty perfectly. This one came with 2 rocks glasses, 2 rubber silicone ice things right here too, so you can make your craft ice if you want to use ice. Plus the 6 wood containers and this torch. This one came with a torch, like I said, the little mesh thing, 4 different wood chips, a bag with the whiskey stones, a little spoon, and then a little pipe cleaner to clean out, I guess, the vents. That way you can make sure you get that smoke down in there. So let's see who else is in chat. We still got Dave Oaksang's here. Cheers, guys. Got another hour of slavery, and I'll be on the porch sparking up. Happy to see you, RJ. Yeah, luckily I don't have to work today. Normally I would, but I'm on paid parental leave, so I'm off today. The wife's also off today, so that's why we are able to step away and get in the garage to do this. So I'm going to pour up some whiskey in these glasses, and then we'll start doing some smoker kits. We'll let them sit for a minute, and then we'll get the cigar going. So I got the Natterjack glass going on. We're not going to pour up too much because we're not trying to get drunk. That's also why we went with the 100 proof, something that's, I think most people would be willing to try and would probably want to add some flavor to if they were doing some lower proof stuff. Also, it's a bottle that I would prefer to get rid of eventually. I bought it as something that Jeff from Drizzo Nation told me to pick up, and pretty good, pretty good. Different setup for sure because we are in the garage. Like I said, we're using the old phone propped up as our camera and our audio. And we got the new phone over here, which we're using for our chat. Probably would switch those typically, but with the live stream, the quality's already capped, so there's no reason to. So let's get this one going. I'll do a cherry and oak, a walnut and apple, because those are the shared. I'll leave the peach and pear for another time. So I will set these off to the side, and I will actually set these kits off to the side because they take up a lot of space. We got our little rickety TV trays. We actually set up all three. Well, there's a fourth one. We set up three for this video. So let's do, I guess, apple for this one. We'll keep the little container close by too so we can see it. It is raining. Hopefully we don't get drenched over here. So I'll take a couple of these little wood chips, put them in here. I don't know how much we really need to put in here. Hopefully none of them drop into the glass. They shouldn't. There's smoker chamber, and there's also the mesh that's supposed to keep them from doing that. So we'll get that one. And I guess we'll use this torch for now. Well, I thought we were going to use this torch. Well, we might have to go grab the butane. I thought I put butane in these. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm going to go grab the butane, so give me one moment, guys. And we are back. Maybe it's just locked. Maybe I gotta unlock it. Maybe it'll work now. Let's go this way, I think. Should go this way? No, that definitely locks it. Okay. This way it is. I do not use torches very often, as you guys can tell, so. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Someone's going to have to run me through it in chat on how to actually use a torch, I guess. Supposed to turn it to the plus to fill them, right? Close this. Run the butane in. I don't really hear the butane though. Got the garbage truck going by. What am I doing wrong, guys? Someone educate me. We're definitely doing something wrong. Got instructions. None smokers stick to drinking. Let's see. Pull up the bottom flat, flame control valve, plus and minus. Plus or minus to control flame size. Butane fill vertically down into the, oh, we're going to do it vertically. Upside down to fill. That makes sense. That makes way more sense. So upside down, purge it this way. Should I be hearing some noise too? I feel like we should be hearing some noise. Oh, definitely got some more flame there though. I'm sure there's probably a different valve that we probably should be using for this too, but we'll see. It said 60 seconds. We couldn't even really get the feel in there for that long, but we'll see. We'll let that one sit and we'll try to hit another one and see if maybe we got a torch that's working properly for the first time. Don't keep releasing. Just sit there and hold it. Should I be hearing a noise though, wigwag? I feel like there should be a noise, right, of the butane. We'll try holding it down on this one too. We're learning how to use torch lighters. They don't ship them with fuel anymore. They used to just give them to you with fuel. We're taking wigwag's approach where we're holding them and hoping that we're actually filling. It's alright. We'll try it here. Alright, this one is the walnut. So we'll get that cover on there. Put some chips up in here. Hit it with a torch. Yeah, that one definitely did what it was supposed to. So let's go back to this one, I guess, and put more apple in. Purging the lighter first is key. Gets the air out of the lighter. Maybe that's probably the issue too, because they're both brand new torches. Adjusting to low and do a quarter turn if you need to adjust the flame for more up or down. Let's see. So we'll turn it down a little bit, is what you're saying. Lock it. That's really, really low. I just don't think it has fuel in it. User error, definitely my error. Well, we're definitely getting some smoke into these glasses now, but we are struggling with the lighter aspect. What a pain. I should have practiced with the torches. I probably should have. I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to these torches, so. Well, I guess I'll probably still need this since I don't know how to fill these properly, so. What is up with chat? Is anybody off work today and doing anything exciting? We got rain today. There was some thunderstorms this morning, so I think anyone who went to the lake or anything, I mean, they want to play out in the water. I mean, be my guest, but not really a good day to go to the lake or do anything too exciting. So, kind of disappointed with that one. We ended up working on the kids' room. So the kids' room's pretty much done. We went to Home Depot to get some things and sold some speakers on Facebook Marketplace today too. So we were able to get that done. All right, let's see if we can get this cigar going too. This will be another interesting one to get going. No cigar cutter here either, so that'll be fun. But we'll figure it out. We'll make it work. A lot of air in it. Okay, makes sense. Cigars take forever to light. You guys are probably laughing at me right now. I think we're lit. Hey, Reap, what's going on? You made a tool using a small brass tube, but you can also just buy a purge tool. So you gotta purge your lighters first because they got air trapped in them, is what you're telling me? Mr. Mom, what's going on? I just use the tip of my buck knife. These Deadwood cigars are crazy good on flavor. Very sweet, a lot of milk chocolate. We'll get there one time with these cigars, guys. We'll figure it out. Let's go ahead and try this first one, though. This is the Applewood smoked one. Old Forester 100 with some Applewood chips. Mark Duffy needs to send me a training video, apparently. We got the bigger torch, too. This one seems to be working pretty well, even though there's air trapped in it. That Applewood smoked chip has a really good flavor to it. Kirby Allison has some excellent videos. We'll get there. We'll figure it out. There we go. We're rocking now. Any of you guys have one of these smoker kits? Have you tried doing these different wood chips? You guys have a preference on which one you actually like versus which one you don't? I think we'll try to get another one going too so we can try to get through these, at least get them set up. So put that on, take our mesh off, dump the old chips. Don't forget to inhale. Yeah, no, we're doing it. We're getting it going, Mark. Otherwise, the cigar will go out. I know we got to get it going. Once we get it burning, we'll be fine. But hey, Zeus, the Bloody 81, what's going on? Out in field training, thought I'd jump in real quick. Cheers, everyone. Cheers, buddy. Anyone else buy these smoker kits though, with the little wood chips? Why the fuck isn't this guy shirtless? Sideshow, we just might. It's pretty hot out here, even though it's raining. It's pretty hot. Let's get something going on with this shirt though, because it is hot. Ugh. Very hot. Ugh. I'm dying. Nick Jones says he uses some for his old fashioned. The pecan wood is his favorite. Well, we only got the oak, apple, walnut, and the cherry out right now, so maybe we'll grab the pecan. Let's get this kit set back up. This one's kind of cool though because it's got like a little barrel on it. There goes my edge. Tarps off. This actually came from my manager at work. I think he said it has about a 45-minute burn time for the cigar. I'm sure that depends on how hard these guys puff on them though. It's got a good flavor to it, that's for sure. It's a leather rose deadwood. It's got some really good flavor to it. Duffy, get the baby oil. Son-in-law's mom got a smoke kit for her husband. I've not heard any reviews yet. Yeah, you know, it's funny. I got this one almost like 2 Christmases ago, and I got another one this Christmas, so it was about time that I actually put them to use. Now that one worked just right, so that one's doing good. It's starting to come down pretty good now. A lot of rain. Damn. All right, let's try the walnut now. You can definitely smell the smoke on them. They say hit them for about 10 to 20 seconds with the torch. Cover them, let them sit for about a minute or two so that smoke kind of dips down into the whiskey. It's definitely affecting the flavor, so I could see how these would be pretty good for an old-fashioned. Anthony, what's going on? Having a pour of the new Barrel King batch. Barrel King, that's a subscription only, right? I think I got a bottle of that off of Nick Jones, an open one that I tried. I thought it was pretty good, but hearing those subscriptions and not really knowing what you're getting up front, hoping that they're good. I mean, I guess it's worth it for something different and unique, but kind of weird. Wish there's more transparency or more options. As you guys can tell, I'm definitely not a cigar smoker, so really not a smoker at all. How big of a super chat to pinch your nips? $1. Let's try this oak one. Move this off to the side too. I'll let that one continue to sit and we'll move to the oak. Now tell me how this whiskey wasn't even sitting there that long and there's already a bug in my whiskey. Monthly sub, but you can pause the sub if you don't like what they're offering that month. Oh, so you do know what they're offering, so you can pause it. Okay, that's not too bad. Thank you, Mark Duffy, for the $5 super chat, man. That's funny. We've actually been losing weight. Might not look like it though. Oh, Chip's in chat. I might be in trouble now. Got the Bright House kit. This is pretty cool. This barrel, magnetic barrel for the wood chips. Well, that's why I'm in the garage.
I'm glad you're in the garage.
Wife comes out and says it stinks as I'm over here smoking cocktails. Let's try this cherry one now. Nick Jones says if you have the cash for it, Barrel King stuff is solid, but it's a bit overpriced. Once in a while, a certain batch can hype, but the others then it's okay. I think you offered me a couple different ones. I got like 83 or 84. There was two different ones you had, and I picked the one that I thought would sound better. Michael Bordner sipping on some JD12 Batch 1 in honor of the fallen. Unlike Sideshow's dad, who smoked in his crib with him, RJ is outside like a respectable DJ. And yeah, no, I had to take it to the garage at least because we can't really go outside on the back porch because we don't have any cover yet, and with the rain, there's just no way we could be able to smoke any of this stuff or even try any of this stuff. So, and I figured doing smoked cocktails, yeah, I could probably do them in the house, but just out in the garage seemed better, more respectable, more. I don't want to smoke in the house. Matter of fact, this right here, I want to say it's been like 3 years since I've had a cigarette or a cigar at all. Like, I tell people like I'll smoke 1 or 2 a year max. So this is one, and we haven't had one in the last like 3 years. So smoking's not really our thing. That's obviously why we were struggling with new torches and not knowing that we get to empty the air out before we fill them, purge the air, as you guys called it, learning how to hold it upside down and hold it for 30 to 60 seconds to feel it, and then obviously trying to get these set up, plus lighting a cigar. I'm probably sure that was hilarious for you guys to watch. It wasn't cocktails my dad was smoking. Smoking the reefer. We did Old Forester 100 for all 4 of these smoke kits real quick too, because we wanted something that was pretty consistent as far as whiskey to have the taste. Obviously, with the smoking a cigar, the taste is going to change a little bit, and that pairing and flavor is a little bit different. But it's a pretty damn good cigar too. I mean, I don't think they're that expensive. My manager was actually talking about giving me like a little mini or making a mini humidor for me. He does a lot of woodworking projects. He makes like custom pins and stuff too. I got one from him. Should have brought it here so I can show it off, but. The humidor, as long as those things will stay in there, put some of those the dry or the packs in there to keep it at temps or at humidity levels, then we'll be fine. Because like I said, I don't smoke very often, guys. Mark Duffy said he smoked 2 yesterday. It's a cigar session for me, but to partake here in a few. Yeah, I really don't smoke at all. Smoking outside lets the neighbors smell it. They'll be jelly thinking you're doing a brisket and pork butt. Sometimes our neighbors do start cooking, man, and you can smell that food and you're like, hey, where's my invite? Where's my invite? That one had the bug in it. Ugh. There's not a bug in that glass anymore. Extra protein. I love cigars, but I haven't been able to smoke one in 2 months. Yeah, we just don't smoke. We really don't. I mean, this is extreme rare occasion. This was just because yesterday I had to go to work and got talking to the manager. He talked about giving me a box to use as a humidor, and then he gave me a cigar too. So. Very unique experience to see me doing this, especially on a live. I don't know. If my dad's still in chat, it'd be interesting to see what he thinks about me having a cigar right now. I know Dad and I, like when we go to the casinos, we try to stay in the non-smoking section because you see a guy smoking one of these inside, or any kind of cigar. Most of them are cigarillos that are like the really stinky ones, like the backwoods. I try to get clear of those guys because that is just awful. Like that chokes me up inside. Outside, not as bad, but still very, very potent, very strong smelling. And if you're not smoking and you're next to one of these guys smoking, it's normally not a pleasant smell. Sideshow throat is wrecked. Mr. Mom said he smoked cigars, cigarettes, and pipe in 80s. I gave up all tobacco in '89 cold before I was born. Yeah, so we met up with Roland actually. He was on this side of town one time at an Airbnb, so we were able to go over there and meet up and do like a little bottle share. So I brought over some stuff too, and got a pretty good picture actually of him holding the Thomas H. Handy bottle. So I thought that was funny. Um, that he's talking about. My mom says that they're not amused. I'm not amused either, honestly. Like, it tastes good because I mean my manager had me smell it, lick it, taste it, and everything like right there, and I'm like, this is cool and all, but $15-20 for a cigar is relatively like a medium level cigar. I would say anything more than that, it starts getting kind of crazy because like, you're literally burning your money, and smoking is bad for you. So they say. And this was actually a glass from a couple of the coworkers. One of our leads and officers, they work together and trying to do like an appreciation gift for people. So this one says sarcastic comment loading. That glass was given to me by my coworkers, which I kind of find funny because there's no loading. The sarcastic comments just fly out. They're already preloaded. I have presets. They're ready to fire away. Sarcastic comment comes out before they even have a chance to think about what I said. We're gonna have to sweep this area too because we got wood chips below us now because we've been dumping the wood chips from the little barrel heads. We're gonna have to ash this at some point too, so we're gonna have that to clean up. We didn't think this through at all. Purging torches, filling torches, smoker kit. Cool gift. Tell your Bright House reps, Dad, that I appreciate the smoker kit, and it finally got used after what almost 2 years. 2 years, and we finally used the smoker kit. But pretty cool for this one. This one, like I said, I want to say my brother and sister-in-law gave me this one, and then the Bright House one. This little stopper. This one came from the reps, so pretty cool. My mom's drinking vodka and tonic right now. Well, you want to be like me, you got to drink gin and tonic, Mom. And last time I saw that you were drinking, you were having shots of tequila and you were very drunk. I actually told a story about you the other day, Mom. We were talking to I was talking to one of the leads, and I was saying how you came up here and you guys were going to fly out, but your flight got delayed till basically the next morning, and Dad couldn't find you, so I went and found you, and then we had to go find the car because in the process of Dad trying to find you, he lost the car, and it was just a whole mess. Speaking of that, Dad, we got to get you on Ford Pass with that truck. We get you set up. You can at least track where you parked. Obviously, in the parking garage, we still have to guess on what floor we're on, but at least we'll know the vicinity of where it's parked inside the garage, so we don't have to do all that guesswork in case something like that happens again. Plus, you can remote start your car with the Ford Pass, which is pretty cool. Josh said, drink that Blanton's Gold. Absolutely. Set that here. So this Blanton's Gold isn't just a regular Blanton's Gold. It is a store pick. I had picked up the one from Specs, and Tyler's a big collector of pretty much anything that's whiskey related. So he had a couple Blanton's Gold store picks. I told him, like, why don't you swap me 1-to-1? I'll take one of your store picks that you have multiples of. You take another Specs pick, and then I'll pour this up so you can try it right then and there to see if your other bottle, because you bought multiples, if it's good or not, so you know if you need to trade it or continue to keep trying to get more of the same one. So this one is a Alina's Liquor Barrel 181 single barrel select. We'll pour this up in the We the People glass, which was also a glass that was gifted to us by Tyler. I like how he says we. I'll help, Mom, I promise. Don't forget to remember and honor the fallen. Yeah, for people who aren't aware of what today's all about, my mom and dad are both veterans. This today is not about necessarily veterans. It's not Veterans Day. It's Memorial Day. So those who served and died for our country so we could have the freedoms that we have today, such as being able to drink and smoke, do it live, shirtless, wearing a cowboy hat, uh, that's not something to laugh about. I mean, some of these guys went overseas, God knows where. Some of them we're told about, some of them we aren't told about. Some of them are wars, some of them are just battles, some of them are ops or missions, and they don't return. Working at an airport, international airport to be that too, we do see some of this. They do have special goodbyes, caskets that are brought back, soldiers that are being brought back to country, being put back in the state where they want to be buried and buried that didn't make it. So we like to celebrate, we like to enjoy, we like to talk about hobbies, drinking, smoking, playing video games, work, whatever we got going on here, the freedoms we have. Freedom of speech is a big one for a lot of people, the right to bear arms. So First and Second Amendments, those amendments, those are fought for. Those were not just given to us. So I want to thank those that are in the military, thank those who served, and to remember those who died for our country. That's what today's about. Those who had lost their life, and that doesn't mean they necessarily lost their life in combat. It's those who served and died in general, but those who served and died in combat, obviously those guys get the special thanks and praise, because we wouldn't be here without them. We really wouldn't. So Mom and Dad were both medics in the Air Force. Both of them served in Desert Storm. So I always thank them too for their service. But man, we had Vietnam. Those guys came back. They were not welcomed back. They were not being welcomed back at all. They were hated. And that just blows my mind. But just remember those who fought and died for our country, guys. Dad just said it. My mom just said good boy. Ryan S. with the flags and the eagle. Yeah. No, it's a special day to remember those who laid down their lives. It really is. That's what this day is about. So thank you, Roland, Mr. Mom, for saying don't forget to remember and honor the fallen. That is what today's about. I did try to make sure I put that in the title. Memorial Day, Bourbon and Cigar. Title's got to be catchy, got to be short, otherwise we can't really put everything there. But the reason why I wanted to do a live stream is because, one, we haven't done content forever, and now we have a reason and excuse to do so. And then two, there's some meaning behind today. So I hope you guys, if you have any family members that have served, thank them for their service. But if you had anyone that fallen or died in the line of duty, or just have passed away in general, remember, they did lay down their life for their country, whether it was in combat or not. I think we're gonna have to relight this. The cherry, I thought it was all ash that fell, but I'm pretty sure the cherry fell out of this. There we go. We're back up and rolling. So I think my mom and dad come back tonight. They'll land tonight, and I think they fly out. Do both of you guys fly out tomorrow? Mom, you're in chat. Do you guys leave tomorrow, or do you guys just dad leaves tomorrow? Can't remember. And then if you guys both leave tomorrow, when do you guys come back? Because next Saturday, both my wife and I are off, and we're looking at going to the zoo. So we've been looking for an excuse to go to the zoo. Next Saturday might be the time that we take the kids to the zoo. So if they're in town, we'd love to have them join us. It stopped raining, but now it's starting to rain again. Can't get away from this rain. Memorial Day doesn't stop people from going out and drinking, smoking, cooking up some barbecue or smoking some meat too, but it definitely makes it difficult. They leave Wednesday. When do you guys come back on Wednesday? Chip says, drinking a pour of rare breed and toasting my classmates and shipmates who passed wearing the uniform, parents, brothers, and children. Okay, now it's like really coming down. I don't know if you guys can hear the rain in the background, but it's no longer quiet. It's very loud. So Roland did send me a message, and I do want to read this out loud to you guys. He said, we do not know one promise these men made, one pledge they gave, one word they spoke, but we do know they summed up and perfected by one supreme act the highest virtues of men and citizens. For love of the country, they accepted death and thus resolved all doubts and made immortal their patriotism and their virtue. James A. Garfield, May 30th, 1868, Arlington National Cemetery. So, Roland, thank you for sending that to me on Facebook. I hope you don't mind me reading that out loud. I just felt like time and place, Memorial Day, talking about the cemetery, talking about those who served and died for our country in the line of duty. Thank you. Wednesday both, and the 2nd. Okay, perfect. So you guys will not be able to go to the zoo with us, but we will keep you in mind. Glass, the man, the myth, the legend, RJ with his typical shirtless self. How are you doing? I am doing great. Roland also said, I had a great uncle that was a sergeant, a tank commander in World War II, and was blown up overseas in battle. Man. I think most people have some family member or ties to some family that knows somebody that has served, which is just incredible to me on how many people have served this country and fought for it that we know. Come home June 2nd. Man, that's a long time. June 2nd being a Monday. Okay, so yeah, you guys will just miss it. We do have the last Saturday of the month off, so we're going to take that time to spend with family. We're probably going to go to the zoo with kids. So once again, drinking some Blanton's Gold store pick from over here. We do have 2 more smoked cocktails with the Old Forester 100, the walnut and the cherry left. We drank the apple and we drank the oak. The oak glasses, but we now have the Blanton's Gold in. I want to know how many of you guys think it's funny that I'm smoking a cigar, and if you guys saw how I lit it, how we didn't take the back paper off to give it air to breathe. We were just basically burning and charred the front end of it, not realizing like it's not getting air. That's why it's not freaking lighting. You can't puff on a cigar that doesn't have airflow, and you gotta have the back cut. We don't have a cigar cutter though, guys. That's why we forgot. I know I probably could have grabbed a knife, but we didn't think about that. Glass, I just saw you on, thought about popping in and saying hello. Hope you have a great day, man. We are having a great day. We're off today, honoring those who served and died, smoking a cigar, drinking some bourbon, smoking some whiskey. The Old Forester 100s are the smoked ones, and then drinking some Blanton's Gold. The cigar is a leather rose from Deadwood. Very good flavor. One of the biggest highlights from my manager, he said that the flavor itself on the paper comes through as a very sweet note, and it goes throughout the entire cigar. There's a lot of cigars where you start, smell it, smoke it, and the first quarter of it, or first even eighth of it, you burn off, and now you get nothing but just that old leather tobacco note. And this one has that sweet note all the way through and through. So good job on Deadwood with the Leather Rose series. Kind of expensive for cigars in general, but you got to pay for something that I would say is relatively premium. I know Leather Rose, for some of you guys that are like actually like cigar snobs, this is probably like a standard. Like anything less than this, you don't even touch. We don't smoke, so this is like our first cigar in about 3 years. So, Mark Duffy said you were killing me with a damn lighter. That's why I asked for help. Pinch that shit off. Glass, I did. I used my fingertips. I finally did. One of my classmates lost his son last year. He was overseas, just a few years older than me. So I am 29. He's only a few years older than me, so we're going to go ahead and assume 31, 32. It's pretty rough. One of the guys that I actually joined with the TSA with, His brother actually died from a helicopter crash a couple years back. So that was another one where it was like, that was a fluke accident. That was training. He wasn't even overseas. He was here doing training, and the helicopter went down, and he did not make it. So that's why I say it's not always about those who went overseas and served, or who fought in wars or battles. I mean, it's people who they fought for a country, whether they were here or abroad, and they didn't make it back home. So it's kind of crazy, but shit happens here too, more than we know. They don't always tell us everything. Tinfoil hats on for some of you guys, but conspiracies out there. Some things have definitely gone down homeside in the homestead that we don't know about, and honestly, we probably don't need to know about, because then we have fear. Leather Rose is a niche cigar because it tastes flavored. I like a pure tobacco flavor, like whiskey prices, everything in different strokes, different folks. Mark Duffy probably said it better than most of us. Once again, not a cigar person, so this might taste flavored for some of you guys, but this is pretty solid for me from what I've had and what I've tried. I haven't tried a whole lot, so don't quote me on that, but I feel like this is like a standard for, like, if it's not at least this good, you could do better, even though you might have to pay a premium. But I know some of it comes down to the name. I think it tastes good, though. Slowly make our way through these Old Forester 100s that have the wood chip flavor from the smoker kit. Paired with a cigar, pretty good. Like I said, Glass said pinch it off with fingernails, and I'm like looking at my fingernails. I'm like, I don't have fingernails. What do you want me to do, Glass? Leather Rose uses aromatic tobacco for the flavor, not infusion, like some cheap flavored cigars. I like them too. Fat Bottom Betty is excellent as well. Fat Bottom Betty is actually what I was expecting my manager to give me, because that's what I actually got for him. And it's also something that Riley Tesla, or Riley Marshall, as some of you guys who might know him locally by his actual name, but Riley Tesla, he's actually the one who told me Deadwood and go for the Fat Bottom Betties, because that's kind of a staple. Like, if you don't have that in your collection and you smoke cigars, that's kind of lackluster. I mean, maybe you're a snob, maybe you have way more superior premium cigars, sure, but tobacco buzz, smoking, I don't know. I feel like if it's cigar guys were in chat right now, like the real cigar guys, and I'm not saying that Mark Duffy is, and I'm not saying Glass isn't, but I'm saying if the cigar guys were here, I would be roasted in chat for what I'm doing right now. They would have watched the lighter. They would have watched the fill of the lighter. They would have watched the burning of the end without cutting the back end. They would have watched the whole thing, and I would have been scrutinized from top to bottom. Back in my time, there was a tobacco shop in local DFW shopping mall. I'd go in and buy a pipe tobacco and buy different cigars to try. I've used a pocket knife before to cut my cigar, although it makes it a bit ragged on the ends. Real cigar guys won't roast you, El Mayo. Well, we pinched off the back end, and we did actually pull the paper. I don't know if you guys can see that, so that's why you guys saw me earlier pulling paper from my mouth, because we jacked up the paper when we were trying to make sure we had airflow from front to back. Also, we were also smart enough to realize that you don't inhale cigar smoke. You just puff on a cigar for taste and flavor. Inhaling smoke from this is way worse than just inhaling cigarette smoke at that point. We weren't that stupid. The Natterjack Glass had the cherry wood, very sweet. They all had an interesting flavor. Once again, this used to be oak. It's now Blanton's Gold. Apple, walnut, cherry. The smoke definitely impacted all four of these glasses from what a standard Old Forester 100 tastes like. As far as what I smoke, just whiskey, no. No, I think Nick Jones, if Nick Jones is still in chat, is right. Uh, Old fashioned. If you want to have a cocktail where you're mixing bitters and whatever syrups, whatever you guys want to do, cocktail, smoke it, great. Whiskey, I prefer it neat. If I have to smoke my whiskey, and this is a cheap bottle, this is like $24, $25. This is a 1 liter bottle, on par with what I would say early times bottled and bond is. Um, Smoking that kind of blows my mind, honestly. Like why can't you drink that neat? And if the whiskey is that bad and you have to smoke it with these wood chips or make a cocktail out of it just to have something that's drinkable, might spend more money. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys to spend 175 bucks, 200 bucks for a Blanton's Gold store pick, but it's better. It's better now. I don't have to add any shit. I don't have to fumble with the torch lighter. I don't have to fumble with purging a torch lighter of air. I don't have to the goofy flip the butane up to refill it with fuel. Smoking wood chips and letting it sit. I don't have to deal with any of that. I can just pour it and drink it, even if I have to pay a little bit more for it. So, premium bottles that are what I would consider staples. Other than Old Forester 100, we got Early Times Bottle and Bond, Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare, each other small batch, Weller Special Reserve for the Buffalo Trace lineup, Green River Full Proof, another cheap, or relatively cheap bottle, I would say. That's a pretty good staple. Got tons of stuff in the cabinet too. I'm not in the room to look at the cabinet. We're in the garage. Eagle. Ryan said Eagle. Someone said Eagle. Where's Bourbon Hall? Eagle. No, but there's whiskeys out there that are sub $50. Some of them are even sub $30 that are great, neat. Wood chips are not necessary. Cocktails, extra taste, extra flavor. The wow, the show, the showmanship. If you guys want to do the smoked cocktail, I get it. But for me, wood chips, torch lighters, cigars, not necessary. Blanton's Gold, store pick, great. Don't need anything else to add to it. Don't have to pair it with cigar. Don't have to smoke it. Don't have to add ice to it. 103 proof. This is 100 proof. We're right on par. I purposely grabbed low proof for a reason, obviously, guys, because we were going to drink 4 different tries. We have 6 different flavors, but we tried 4 different of them today, and then a Blanton's Gold. We're right there. Jay Lewis, what's up? Lewis is in the house. What's up, man? Let's see, Thomas Anderson. He's one of our Michigan boys. Said, cheers, RJ and everyone. Mr. Mom said, I have a freezer door maple syrup old fashioned in my freezer. I use JW bottle of Bond and 100% Peter maple syrup and an orange and an Angostura bitters. Yeah, freezer door. You want to have a freezer door cocktail? Definitely recommend those. I actually have a few freezer door ones myself. We have it's one of the newer ones from Crown. It's a cocktail. I am drawing a blank. It is a wild cherry, some kind of cocktail from obviously Canadian for Crown. Not bad. We had a lot of stout beers. We downsized on those too, but we do have some bitters in the fridge too. Tater Dom in the house. So, Tater Dom, once we finish this, man, we can get Tor up in here. We can ping Tor up. I'm pretty sure he sent me the Buffalo Trace cigarellos. Maybe we'll try one of these. And, as far as smoking, you'll see me smoke today, and then you probably won't see me smoke for another 3 years, 4 years. Just because I have the ability to smoke, I promise if I ever smoke, it will be on camera from now on. So count your days between. We do not smoke. This is very rare, very subliminal for me. In the garage, smoking a cigar. So, funny. What are some other bottles to buy instead of a Michter's 10-year bourbon for $250? I would buy instead of a Michter's 10. So, first off, I gotta ask the question, Reed. You said that I would buy other than Maker's 10. Are we talking Maker's 10 as in an allocated bottle, buy other than that bottle as an allocation? Buying that bottle other than another one that's around that proof, which Maker's 10 is normally around 96 proof, so sub 100 proof. That's a 10-year-old age stated bourbon. What are we talking about? What would I buy? There's definitely a lot that I would buy that's sub that price point. But are we looking for allocated? Are we looking for rare, good flavors that are sub 250, readily available? Still hard to get, but you could buy on secondary for far less than 250. Give me some context, Reed, and I will absolutely tell you what I would buy personally and celebrate and drink with all day, any day, even if it's on secondary. Thomas Anderson says, get ready to crack open a new bottle of New Riff Silver Grove Bourbon 2024 and 2025. Thomas Anderson, if you have access to New Riff product, I think you are one of the guys that offered it. I will definitely take you up on that. I know you helped me with Evernorth, the limited releases. New Riff Shelfers is all we have here. My dad says, hopefully we will practice before we try this train wreck again. Yes, because we have no idea how to fill a torch lighter, how to light a freaking smoke cocktail, how to light a cigar, how to smoke a cigar because we don't smoke, how to use butane by upside down, the torches for purging. The lid for the butane has 5 different points, so we could have swapped the points at any time for filling. We didn't do any of that. We have no idea what we're doing. Thank you, Dad, for pointing out the obvious. I am stupid, and I am rizzing with autism. Chip says he likes the Maker's 10-year rye better than the Maker's 10-year bourbon. I'm not going to be an asshole, but I disagree. I think the bourbon's actually better than the rye. The Maker's 10-year rye, it's lacking the proof. The Maker's barrel strength rye, even at 110 proof, I feel like it's still lacking something to it, the rye point. I think the Maker's 10-year bourbon that I only had samples of from Dave Ogilsang, I think the Maker's 10-year bourbon was definitely better than the rye, both barrel strength and the 10-year. So we differ there, I guess. Ryan has 2 Wild Turkey 12 year. I do actually have a Wild Turkey 12, and it was about $160 a bottle on secondary. I think I paid $120 a bottle though, actually, and I have one that's sitting in the cabinet right now. Wild Turkey 12 year, definitely better than the 8 years that just came out. Second set of 8 years just came out. The 12 year is still superior. $160 secondary with the fancy box and bottle. It's literally like a Wild Turkey 1-in-1 bottle. I don't think it's anything fancy past that. Our cigar went out. We're gonna have to fix that. If our manager sees this, he's gonna be like, "What the fuck are you doing to this cigar?" The third time we had to light it because we weren't paying attention and we didn't keep it lit. Thomas Anderson said, miss out on the 10-year New Riff at the distillery by an hour. Do better. Do better for me. Anthony Legate does have a point. Cowboy bourbon. It's cash strength Texas whiskey. Minimum 6-year age statement. Most of it's pushing 7 to 8 years for the Cowboy bourbon. $250. You could buy most of them on secondary for like $200, $225. Some of you push $250. Older releases, the limited ones, obviously you'll pay more for it, but honestly, not a bad suggestion. Stuff you like better or the same that's around the $250 price point. Okay. My dad says, no, this kind of content will bring people from miles around. That scares me, Dad, because I don't know who I want to bring around smoking cigars and cocktails, or not even cocktails, just whiskey, because there's no cocktails. It's whiskey and smoke. There's no other added flavor content that we've added to it, so. Mom says it's a taste bud thing. It definitely is a taste bud thing. It's like it's what you taste. Because my dad will drink whiskey and he will. I'm not gonna say vomit, but he is very repulsed by it. My mom will drink some of the whiskey and she'll laugh at me and she's like, "You think this is good?" And she used to drink the cheap shit. So when I say like, "Yeah, I do think this is good," and I tell her the price, she's like, "Get out of here," because I've offered her some of the cheap crap. So, and my dad's clients, a lot of them smoke the cheap stuff, and I've been wrong about a lot of it. Like I've been insulting something about like this bottle right here, Old Forester 100. I've been insulting people for drinking this, and I'm like, why? Why would I insult somebody who doesn't want to pay a premium for a bottle that's not worth a damn more than MSRP when you can buy this all day, every day for the right price and it tastes great? Does it stink?
Yes, it stinks in the laundry room
Does it really?
too. Yeah.
Well, we're almost done with our cigar. Almost done with our live. We're getting close, guys. Once we finish this off, we're going to sweep out the garage. Probably spray some Febreze and some aerosols for my wife because she says the laundry room now stinks too. We've done so much work, guys. Today we moved the camera system from my kid's bedroom because that used to be where I was set up to the garage. So we got to make sure we purge all that smell. I've been helping with the my wife had to fill out there's a hole in the wall. She patched that. I helped put up some of the stars. We got some glow-in-the-dark stars. She painted a mural. Maybe we'll take a picture and we'll post it as a post for you guys on YouTube. Some of you guys probably don't know how to look up YouTube posts. If you go to my channel, you look community, there'll be a post option under the community. I'll try to post a picture there of the kids' bedroom. Very cool. Space theme. Looks awesome. Chip says MSRP, Russell's 15, good luck. 175 for GTS, yeah. Let's talk about attainable things though that are sub 250. Let's think about that for a second. Barrel proof. Each Taylor, newest batches 300, still over 250. Old Fitz, 250, 300. Trying to think. Comparable to Michter's 10, bourbon or rye, 250 mark or less. Blanton's Gold for sure. I mean, that's what I'm drinking right now. That's around the price point. It's less proof, but it's good. It's not all about the money. Sometimes it's just a good bottle. 100 proof, bottle and bonds, Redwood Empire, Grizzly Beast, and if you want to rye, the Rocket Top are both excellent bottles, sub $100 for sure. Hunter says it can be cheaper or slightly more than $250, focusing mostly on the flavor and your enjoyment of whiskeys in the same league and price point of Maker's 10. So I definitely want to include Redwood Empire. So California whiskey, Sonoma, California, Rocket Top, and Grizzly Beast are both 100 proof. They're bottle and bonds that are sub $100 bottles. Those are fantastic for the price. Most store picks from Evernorth, Bourbon Junkies brand, bourbon or rye, Rishi's rye. I have one more of our store pick of the bourbon, sub $100, excellent price in my opinion. Definitely a great flavor. Can't beat it. In my opinion, can't beat it for $100 bottles. Let's see. Willard Foolproof store picks. I got one in the cabinet. I just got it from Total Wine. Pretty kick ass. Green River Foolproof or single barrel Foolproofs. Why is it so hard to pick? Oh, JD10, JD12. JD10 is going to be closer to that 93 proof. JD12 will be pushing like what, 107 proof. Both those, even on secondary, sub $250. Some 13 Colony cash strengths, bourbon or rye picks as well. Flavored whiskey, short barrel, bee's knees. Short barrel also has some other products that might tickle that fancy. After Swarm, it's a honey finished rye. Double barrel, the double oaked is pretty good too. Cigar batch. Dad said he's boarding soon. Have a great day, all. Cheers, Dad. Cheers, Mom. Lots of 4 gates are excellent at the $200, $250 mark. I'm not going to say they're not excellent shit, but I will say that a lot of them are definitely like overpriced for what they are. Bardstown Discovery Series, especially the Disco 12, Disco 11, Disco 11 and 12 are good. Little Book, you want to rye, Little Book Chapter 8, pretty damn good. The 9 is a Burr rye, but the 8 as a rye is pretty darn good too. I'll be honest, most of the drinking I've been doing lately, I spent $950 a couple weeks ago on whiskey. Apart from that, we haven't bought anything. All the stuff that we've been buying has been allocated. I'll make that disclaimer now. Sub $250, that's on par with Michter's 10 though. Low proof, hard to find, honestly. Low proof and good is tough. High proof can cover up some of the bad and make it good for some of the cheaper stuff. So I would say if you're down to drink cash strength, there's no reason to look at the proof and compare it to a Michter's 10. If you want something that's low proof that's good though, I'll have to go through my list and probably make a list and just post it. Maybe I'll post it as a community chat if you guys want to see that too, of stuff that I have that's sub 110 or 115. We'll say 110 proof. Anything sub 110 proof that fits that category, it's going to be a hard bargain, honestly, to find really good pours that are sub 110 proof, that are sub $200 or sub 250 on secondary, that are worth the buy. Anthony did say JD12, so absolutely, for sure. Staggered for sure with cash strength. High West cash strength. Sore Picks, awesome pours and priced right. Only stuff I like from them. High West Midwinter's Night Dram for rye. That's around 100 proof. And then you're going to pay about 200, 250, maybe even a little bit more for that prisoner share. That prisoner share is pretty damn good too. Chip, Calumet 15 or 16. I think it's the 16 is a blend of 2 different years. To get to that point, they have to obviously disclose the lower year. I've had both. Calumet's actually pretty damn good, and it's around $150 range for sure. 2XO, I've had more that were worse than others. Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend, those are around like $200. Some of those are pretty good too, just depending on the batch. Sub 200, I would say I would prefer over anything over 200 for cigar batch. And when I say over 200, not price, batch number. So like previous to batch, my first batch I ever had was $199, or previous $199 to, I think we're at like $290, $300 almost now. Maybe stay clear. The Anthony Legate just said it right now. And I actually have a bottle. I had tried a sample of it. I have a bottle of it. I haven't opened it. 1924. The first batch was great. Batch 2, also great. I have the batch 2 that's a sealed bottle of 1924. I paid $135 for it at Specs. That bottle is fantastic. Thomas Anderson's the New Jefferson Reserve 130 proof cash strength bottle is one of my favorites of 2025. Haven't tried it, but obviously Jefferson has a pretty bad rap. A lot of their stuff has to come down with them aging it at sea. Don't play in the gimmick to pay extra, but if the bottle's good, the bottle's good. I don't care how it was aged. So, got to support Thomas Anderson with that statement right there. Cash strength, one of his favorites, and it's the new Jefferson's Reserve. So, yeah, for sure. I guess I can pull it on my chat for a second because I will get like the phone roll and see what else we got that we might have that fits that category. I don't know if I took a picture of everything. JD10 definitely for sure. JD12 definitely I'd put on that list too for sure for the price. Obviously MSRP like find a B tag, just not going to happen. Evernorth my store pick, Stag store pick for sure. There's stuff out there for sure. Still Austin Cigar Batch. It's their Tanager. That was a pretty good bottle too. And I'm not a big Texas whiskey fan, which is funny because I'm from Texas. I thought I had more pictures of the collection, but I do not. I do not have more pictures. I wish I did. Penelope 10-year. That's actually a good one too, Anthony. Some of the single barrel estates, great price. Penelope, not really my favorite thing, but the 10-year, pretty good. 11 years too, 12 years. Hunter said stack store pick or a specific older batch. Honestly, any store pick for the most part, as long as it's not a total wine pick for sure. Older batches, batch 18, batch 17 would definitely be two that are on my list that are sub $250. Newer batches, 22A. Honestly, any of the 24s, A, B, C, or D. I did post a video. It was a live stream actually. You have to rewatch it because I can't remember how I ranked it. But I did a stag store pick, a GTS 24, and A, B, C, and D, all four of the 24 batch releases, and ranked them. And the obviously the GTS came out first, but the store pick came behind two of the batch proofs from 24, maybe even three of the batch proofs. So maybe looking at some of those batch proofs because you can get those for as cheap as 150 to 180 on secondary. If you want something cash strength, you stand on par with Maker's 10. Maker's 10 is obviously lower proof and it's a 10-year age statement. Most of your stags are about 7 to 8 year age stated and they're cash strength, so not quite the same. Penelope Estate 10-year single barrel, 105 proof, 36% rye is a great port. Absolutely. Honestly, the Penelope Estate series was very good. So our cigar is pretty much out. I'm going to go ahead and pinch this off. We'll have a little bit left for another time. I don't want to burn through it all, so we're going to try to go ahead and cut this so it doesn't burn. My wife's gonna be like, "You stunk up the garage." Hopefully it'll go away. We gotta spray the recycle bin or trash can anyway, so we'll change the smell there. Pretty good cigar though. Really appreciative of my manager for giving me the cigar. Really great burn, really good flavor. I was very happy with this one. So we'll clean that up. Take care of all that. It's starting to rain again. We could drink more, but we're not going to. We have the cigarillos too. We can smoke this another time. Maybe we will have a live stream in the future where I do smoke something I know how to smoke. Cigarillos we have smoked, cigarettes we smoke. Cigars not so much. Torches not so much. You can actually light a cigarillo with a regular lighter, no problem. So, let's see. Chip also suggested the batch 315 were better, is much better than the 200s. Those are also the Frilly, Nancy Frilly bombs. So that's a good point there too. They're up to over 500 now for batches. Chip, we are way out of line. We didn't realize we were that far ahead. Oh my goodness. They never tasted anything about 350. Can't remember. That Penelope 10-year is a good and under $100. It is. I think I paid 75, 85 bucks for sure. So we'll drink our Blanton's Gold as it comes a downpour right now. We have the garage partially closed, so we can have some light in here because we got to move around like this to get the light to come on, and the light's still ain't coming on. So here we are, getting rained on now. We're gonna move some of the stuff over because we will get rained on completely. So let's move the butane, everything, the wood, all of it, because it is now raining cats and dogs. I will actually walk over to the camera and move it so you guys can see that it is actually a downpour right now. 1 second, guys. It is raining out there. Ugh. Anthony Legay has to ask what happened to my Discord. So, life happened. Let's start with that. Life happened. A lot of BS, a lot of drama. Not my Discord in particular, just bourbon, whiskey tube in general. Needed a break. Left everything. If it had to do with whiskey, I left. I closed my server. I left every server I was a part of or moderated for. Slowly rejoining some of the Discord, so I am a part of several. I did actually make a new whiskey tube Discord. It's more for whiskey friends. We'll have some separation as far as gamers versus whiskey drinkers. Roles will be given based off of who joins and how I know you guys. So if any of you guys are on Discord, if you guys are interested, most of you guys still have access to send me some messages because we did join some mutual servers back. So we are a part of Relo, Bourbon Hall, Major Zero, several other Discords. So if you guys have me on Discord, you want to be a part of my server's going to be a lot smaller. It's not going to be like one of those big channels. Bourbon Hunters too, we're in there too. If you guys want to be a part of mine, I have no problem inviting you. It will be a personal invite. From there, I will give you roles based off how I know you. If you want to be a part of the gaming side of it, no problem. We played Marvel Rivals and some other multiplayer games too with friends. If you guys want to be part of the whiskey tube part, I can add you to that side. You want to be a part of both, no problem. I can add you to both. But Discord will be a lot more private, a lot more personal. So anytime you guys do see me online, feel free to ping me. We'll hop on video chat if you guys want to just shoot the shit and talk one-to-one. Or if you guys want to be a part of a small group. I don't plan on growing a Discord channel anymore. Those who are there are there. Those who want to be present and be a part of the community, they can. But YouTube, kind of on the back burner. I know, like I said, once again, long time since we've had any kind of content. Memorial Day, right time, right place, having the time to do this, great. If you guys want to be a part of that, more than welcome to join. Just reach out to me if you already have my information and I'll add you to it. But other than that, guys, cheers. Memorial Day. As Mr. Mom Rowland said, we're here to remember those who laid down their life for our country, for one. Two, thank you guys for your support, continuous support, whether I've been present on YouTube or not. As far as bourbon hunts go, I'm on paid parental leave. I only go to the liquor store one day a week. It's on Saturdays. I go to the same stores. I don't see a reason to keep doing hunts at the same stores. Plus, those stores normally have the same stuff set aside for me, so really nothing interesting or exciting. Mom and Pop gave me a Blanton's Gold the other day. I have one in the cabinet. Other than that, each other small batch was a big one. Each other small batch, we had a big international order canceled because of Trump's tariffs. So they offered all those each other small batches to Specs. Specs Walnut Hill specifically had 60 cases allocated to them, no limit. One guy that was there bought 14 cases. I had one of my buddies pick up one case for me. I don't need 14 cases. I'm not here to flip or market or merge all those bottles. So I have 11 bottles of each other small batch currently. None of them are open. Those bottles are bought for me to drink for me because I like that bottle. I think it's a great bottle. Small batch is 100 proof. I think the batch proof is better than a lot of the single barrels. There's definitely single barrels, especially picks that kick its ass, but consistency, small batch is great. So we have plenty of each other small batch. That's how we stand there. Weller Foolproof Store pick we picked up at a Total Wine Drop. Could have done some content there. Didn't really care to though, but I was recognized by several people online. We had a long conversation and talk. I said it's raining here, but I think we're getting some hail here too. I think I saw a few pieces of hail fall, so maybe I'll tell the wife to move her car inside the garage. Let's see. Don't step in a poodle. A lot of flags and bourbon. Got the cheers with the Tater Dom, Mr. Mom, Andy will get to totally understand. Happy Memorial Day, 100 Reef. Noah Moore, what's up, Ganja, man? Ganja, we deleted our Discord, man, so reach out to me on Discord. and I can get you added back to my Discord too. I know he's one of the locals too. We play a lot of games. It's crazy. There's actually hail right now, guys. Like, I'm not even joking. There's like pea-sized hail. Let me see if I can collect some without getting hurt. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's not very big, but we do actually have some hail that's falling. It's like it's pea-sized hail. Well, yeah, we have pea-sized hail. My wife's coming out. She's over here looking. She's got her keys in her hand. She's like, she said, "Get out! Get!" She wants to pull her car in the garage. So we're gonna cut the live stream right here. We're gonna clear the garage real quick so she can pull her car in the garage and try to protect it. I will catch you guys for the next one. Cheers.